Live from the Cooper Tire Broadcast Center in Ocala, Florida, this is the 2021 United States Pro Kart Series on the EKN Radio Network.
All right, welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. eKartingNews Live, rejoining the action here at United States Pro Kart Series, round number 1, the Southern GP at Ocala Gran Prix. We are moments away from kicking off our Timmy Tech KA100 Junior main event. 22 laps of pure hardcore junior racing about to come your way. 40 karts transferring to the final out of the original 48. And Chase Hand in the number 827 will be your pole sitter. And he will be paired up with Jeremy Fletcher. That will be a challenge. Row number 2, Mateo Naranjo and Parker DeLong. Row 3, Emma Kate Scarborough and Cameron Brinkman. Row 4, Danny Deshelski and Sebastian Weldon. Row 5, Elio Meza and Beckham Jasir. Row 6, Noah Baker and Xander Reed. Row 7, Colin Hayes and Braden Robertson. Row 8, Oliver Cunningham and Jake Walker. Row 9, Cameron Reed and James Overbeck. Row 10, Fernando Luque and Ava Dobson. Row 11, Grayson Upchurch III and Spencer Conrad. Row 12, Matthew Carlesso and Davis Cunningham. Row 13, Austin Jers and Rocco Pasquarella. Row 14, Graham Trammell and Stephen Miller. Row 15, Mason Walters and Drew James. Row 16, Alex Feldstein and Vincent Carfiro. Row 17, Cooper Shipman and G3 Arguros. Row 18, Anthony Rivera and Lovisa Landon. Row 19, Ryan Miller and Luke Powers. And in row 20, Max Schweid and Tyler Akagimi. That is your 40 kart strong starting lineup for KA100 Junior. 22 laps. Some of the best junior drivers here in the country. On hand today, Chase Hand, the 827, Jeremy Fletcher, the 856. Get up on the fence. Now is the time. Green, green, green. Green flag drops. Everybody makes it through turn 1 and 2 sequence. Couple of them getting stacked up here and there, but it looks like everybody continuing on. We definitely have some slow karts due to contact. One kart turned around, I see, in turn 4 out of the race. Can't see the number on it, though. It's on the other side of the barrier. I do know it's a Tony kart. Coming around to complete lap number 1, it's going to be Chase Hand in the 827 ahead of Mateo Naranjo, Jeremy Fletcher, Emma Kate Scarborough, and Danny Deshelski. They work their way through the hairpin at the far end as the field starts to string out just a little bit. Jeremy Fletcher already made his way into second place as they come onto the straightaway for the second time. Single file out for the better part of the top half of the field. See, we did pretty well. I think we only lost 2 karts on the start. Still Hand up front, followed by Fletcher. Deshelski now in third. Mateo Naranjo to fourth. They'll come across the line once again to put number 3 on the board. Single file racing action. Elio Mesa fifth. Noah Baker, Parker DeLong, Xander Reed. Emma Kate Scarborough shuffled all the way back to 9th on the start. Sebastian Weldon 10th. Cameron Brinkman losing some spots. He's back in 11th right now. Cameron Reed, she picked up a few up into 12th. Jake Walker 13th. Fernando Luque 14th. Braden Robertson is 15th. Top 3 carts, top 4 carts, single file. As they come around to the start-finish line once again. Helio Meza up into 4th. Naranjo back to 5th. Noah Baker in 6th. Oh, contact between Baker and the cart right behind him. I think it was actually on Mateo Naranjo. Did he get past Mateo? I think Mateo is the one that we lost there. 100% sure. We'll wait and see as they come around. That was Parker DeLong. Parker DeLong that had the contact. So DeLong now in 5th, Xander Reed 6th, Weldon 7th, Brinkman 8th, Scarborough 9th. Trying to see which one it was that went back. I think it was Baker actually that ended up going back. Now all the way back to 16th, Noah Baker. It is a bit of a blender right now. 3 wide racing action. Through the showcase, 3 wide down the straightaway. Wow. They are lined up to freight train on the inside into 1. Didn't really complete the freight train, though. It's a blender right now, though. Back for about 8th, 9th, 10th, 11th. We knew it would be with this many carts in the race. No way around it. Still Chase Hand leading Jeremy Fletcher. Actually now leading Fletcher and Danny Deselski. A little bit of distance back to Helio Mesa and then some more distance back to Parker DeLong. Parker just ahead of Xander Reed. Spread out now a little bit though in that, well, with the exception of the 3 leaders, which for whatever reason they are now really tight once again. Hand, Fletcher, and Deselski running nose to tail as they come onto the oval once again. They're going to complete lap number 8 this time by of 22. So a long ways to go. To the inside goes Jeremy Fletcher. He'll get a push from Danny Deselski. Will he clear? Comfortably he clears Chase Hand in turn 1. So Fletcher takes over as the new leader. Deselski 2nd, Hand 3rd, Mesa 4th. DeLong is 5th. Directly behind DeLong is Xander Reed. All right, field coming around once again. Xander Reed, I think, has made his way around Parker DeLong on this last circuit. He has moved up a spot into 5th. Meanwhile, back at the ranch, still Jeremy Fletcher, Danny Deselski, and Chase Hand running nose to tail, 2 kart lengths back to Helio Mesa. Xander Reed, 4 or 5 kart lengths back. He is just ahead of Parker DeLong, and they are 1 kart length ahead of Sebastian Weldon in 7th. Battle up front. Trying to get side by side, and Fletcher able to hold on. They were side by side, but now Deselski to the inside. He's getting a push from Helio Mesa down into turn 1. They both clear. Jeremy Fletcher, and he'll go back as we get to the halfway mark. So Dyshelski, your new leader. Elio Mesa, third. Back onto the oval once again. The leaders battling up in those top spots has brought some more karts into that battle. Dyshelski now is your leader, 39.418 quick time on lap 5 for Danny. Elio Mesa second, Hand third, Fletcher fourth, Reed, Weldon, DeLong, Cameron Brinkman eighth. Eight karts now in that lead pack. Thirteen laps complete. Once again, a reminder that the classes will be regrouped tomorrow based on time, so the slowest karts in happy hour practice will go out first for the Q1 and Q2 sessions, and the fastest karts will go out last or in Q2. New groups will be posted. Check your groups today. KA Junior, top 4 karts still running together. Danny Dyshelski, he's got Elio Mesa all over him. Elio is just dogging him, but he's feeling pressure from Hand as well as Fletcher. Beyond Fletcher, it's only a couple of kart lengths back to Parker DeLong, then Xander Reed, then the 894 of Sebastian Weldon and Cameron Brinkman. There's no time to delay here. You're either going forward or you're in danger. Top 4 karts, nose to tail, bumper to bumper. Dyshelski, Mesa, now diving to the inside is Chase Hand for second. He's got it. He took it away from Mesa. He'll go to second. Mesa jumps back into third. Fletcher Mesa comes back to the inside. He'll take Fletcher with him. They'll shuffle Hand back to fourth. That was short-lived. Dyshelski now with a half a second lead. Second, third, and fourth battling it out. Danny has got to love that. Parker DeLong, he's getting into it too now. It's second, third, fourth, and fifth, all running bumper to bumper. Where the front of Parker's kart is pretty used up. Onto the straightaway once again. Fletcher, Mesa, Hand running second, third, fourth, and DeLong fifth. Danny Dyshelski still with a 1 second lead now. Looks like Cameron Brinkman was able to pick up a spot. He got around Xander Reed to move into seventh. Coming around to complete lap 17 here. Take a quick peek back through the field here and see how everyone else is running. It is Dyshelski, Fletcher, Mesa, Hand, DeLong, Weldon, Brinkman, Reed, Jers. Walker is 10th. Austin Jers, by the way, up 16 positions to 9th. Jasir, Robertson, Reed, Dobson, Luque is 15th. Hayes, Baker, Shipman up 15 spots to 18th. Scarborough 19th. Conrad is 20th. Outside the top 20, Overbeck, Trammell, Upchurch, Cunningham, Rivera 25th. Carfiro, James, Feldstein, Pasquarella 29th. Mason Walters is 30th. $19 complete. It'll be 2 to go next time by. Danny Dashelski has got some breathing room now. He's over a second ahead of Jeremy Fletcher. Elio Mesa is moved back into third. They come to the start-finish line once again. 2 to go. I don't think the action is going to be for first or second here in the closing laps. It's going to be for third, fourth, and fifth. Mesa is third. DeLong is fourth. Sebastian Weldon is fifth. Weldon dicing it up with Elio Mesa. Side by side on the oval. Mesa with position. Weldon had momentarily gotten. Cameron Brinkman goes 3 wide to the inside. Ooh, Mesa tries to come back down on Brinkman. Brinkman already ahead of him. No, Mesa has to just bounce off his rear tire and settle for losing a couple positions there. White flag. Danny Dashelski with a 1 second lead. Parker DeLong has made his way to third. The guy losing all the ground, I think, on that one was Chase Hand. He was your pole sitter. He ended up going back a few spots. Double checkered flags for the number 888 of Danny Dashelski and KA Junior. Jeremy Fletcher finishes second. Dashelski, by the way, started 7th, so a nice move up. Parker DeLong finishes third. Sebastian Weldon 4th. Xander Reed makes up 7 spots to finish 5th. Elio Mesa 6th. Cameron Brinkman 7th. Chase Hand 8th. Austin Jers 9th. He is up from 25th start. Jake Walker finishes 10th outside the top 10. It's Braden Robertson, Beckham Jasir, Cameron Reed, Ava Dobson, Fernando Luque 15th. Colin Hayes, Cooper Shipman, Noah Baker, James Overbeck, Emma Kate Scarborough 20th. Graham Trammell, Davis Cunningham, Anthony Rivera, Drew James, Grayson Upchurch III, 25th. Vincent Carfiro, Alex Feldstein, Rocco Pasquarella, Spencer Conrad, and Mason Walters is 30th. Argyros, Akagimi, and Landon still running at the end. 33 of the 40 starting, still running at the end. So congratulations to Danny Dashelski. Podium presentations after the final feature today and tech for the top 3 finishers and the quick qualifier. Dashelski, Fletcher, and DeLong will be on the podium pending tech. All right, up next is our Micro Swift 20-lap main event. We'll be back in a few minutes with that race.
You're listening to turn-by-turn coverage of the United States Pro Kart Series, live from the Cooper Tire Broadcast Center at Ocala Gran Prix in Ocala, Florida. This weekend's broadcast is brought to you by AMAX Racing, Franklin Motorsports, Acceleration Kart Racing, and Cooper Tires. Are you ready to step up your game? If so, joining the Rawlson Performance Group is the obvious choice to take your racing to the next level. Industry-leading driver development is provided by our staff of multi-time national champions, Super Nationals winners, and Team USA members. And at the same time, RPG continues to be a national-level powerhouse race team. Our goal is to help you raise your game and win races. We work with all age groups, and we're focused on developing cadet and junior drivers who are ready to take the next step in their racing program. Rawlson Performance Group has set a new standard with our in-house engine program, AVP Engines, headed by Alex Vincent. AVP has become the benchmark in both IAME and ROC competition. We also have the largest OTK inventory that follows our race team, providing trackside parts at all the major events in North America. RPG also offers multilingual support with French, Spanish, and Portuguese-speaking staff. If you want to fight for championships or want to improve your skills and your chances to win, the answer is to call RPG at 503-260-4514. The Rawlson Performance Group. We race to win. CKR is all about quality, and CKR USA is where you can get your hands on these winning chassis in the United States. It's the CKR Barracuda 32mm shifter cart chassis, the 100cc focused Stingray. These are two popular models contributing to the success of this thriving brand. And CKR USA is where you'll find carts, parts, and everything you need to go racing. Delivering the latest innovation in kart racing technology, CKR carries its own distinctive frame design. Made from hand-selected material, CKR kart chassis combine the highest grade tubing and hardware, ensuring first-rate standards of production. CKR USA has a large footprint in the US karting market and continues to grow rapidly throughout the country. Fully homologated chassis have been proven by top-notch performances from coast to coast in North America. CKR has stood on top of the podium in Superkarts USA and F-Series competition, as well as kart clubs around the country. The podiums and championships will continue to pile up in 2021. CKR USA is now in its 6th year of business, and we're adding new authorized dealers and support centers for the chassis line. Visit ckr-usa.com or call 208-384-KART and go CKR Blue. Now back to the United States Pro Kart Series, live from the Cooper Tire Broadcast Center at Ocala Gran Prix in Ocala, Florida, on the EKN Radio Network.
All right, we are back trackside here in Ocala, getting ready to kick off the Team Ferris Racing IAME Micro Swift main event. 39 Micro Swifts taking the call today. They'll be paced by the number 62 of Keelan Harvick. On the outside of row number 1, the number 4 of Augustus Toniolo. In row 2, Ethan Tovo and Alessandro Truchot. In row 3, Isaac Malquit, Gian Mateo Rosso. Row 4, Martin Ramirez and Caleb Tartar. Row 5, Tristan Murphy and Marco Romero. Row 6, Phaeton Saradpan and Mateus Romalho. Row 7, Lucas Palacio and Ashton Woon. Row 8, Bobby Klein and Maxwell Maka. Row 9, Rocco Simone and Brady Schad. Row 10, Davin Roberts and Benham Abernathy. Row 11, Jackson Tovo and Jaime Garcia. Row 12, Jacob Majeski and Marcos Samet. Row 13, Travis Pettit and Antonio Flores. Row 14, Royce Vega and Gabriel Balog. Row 15, Mateo Franco Ruggiero and Tyrone Kemper Jr. Row 16, William Kim and David Ramirez. Row 17, Brandon Saraki and Lillian Scarborough. Row 18, Jackson Gibson and Sawyer Chambers. Row 19, Paul Hart and Stephanie Miller. And in row 20, Augustin Moreno. Harvick and Toniolo leading them to the start. In the tram lines, green, green, green. It looked a little ragged in the beginning, but they brought it together as they came to the end of the grid, and we got a green flag start. "39 Micro Swifts Everyone made it through the first series of turns. See where it turns into a hot mess here. So far, so good. They did a good job in their pre-final, and they continue with that pace, doing a good job here in the final. You have to finish first, or even to finish good. Coming around to complete lap number 1, Harvick picking up where he left off. He's got the 72 of Isaac Malquit right behind him. Malquit runs second. Third place, Ethan Tovo. Augustus Toniolo in fourth. Harvick leads the train back around through the trees and onto the oval once again. Malquit continues to run in second. Tovo third. Toniolo, I believe, is in fourth. Tristan Murphy is in fifth. 17 is in sixth. That's Alessandro Trisciot. Gian Matteo Rosso in seventh. Micros staying in line for the most part right now. 20 laps is the distance for this one. Challenge for the lead. Getting to the inside of Harvick is Malquit. Where are my binoculars? Harvick fights him off, though, and maintains the lead. Isaac Malquit mounted a challenge back there on the back 40. Wasn't able to seal the deal. Ethan Tovo, meanwhile, has given up a spot to the number 4 of Augustus Toniolo. Now Malquit dives to the inside of Harvick, and he'll draft by at the end of the long straightaway. Isaac Malquit, your new leader. Keelan Harvick is second. Toniolo is third. Tovo fourth. Murphy is fifth. Single file. Boy, probably 20 karts running nose to tail here in the front half of this field. They come down the straightaway. Malquit with 41.564. Quick time of the race thus far on lap number 4. I was a little bit skeptical that we could safely run 40 micro swifts on this track, and I can clearly see that they are far more up to the task than some of the bigger kids are, because we had way more issues in some of the older kids' classes than the micros. Number 67 picking up a spot. Phaeton Sarabton went around Martin Ramirez to move into 8th. Now going to the inside on the straightaway, Bobby Klein. We'll see if he cleared Lucas Palacio at the end or not. I lost sight of him in the field. Top 3 karts now on a breakaway as Malquit, Harvick, and Toniolo put some ground on that 4th place kart of Tristan Murphy. He has drifted back a considerable distance, 1.1 seconds last time around, distance from 1st to 2nd. He's got no drafting partner right now. Ethan Tovo is a little bit too far back to be a factor right now. They got to get them bunched up again and see if they can take another run to the front. Going to the inside is Harvick, and he'll take the position. They'll be side by side out of the tree down there, and Harvick will hold on to the spot. Malquit will go back to 2nd. So Keelan Harvick moving the 62 right back to the front. Onto the front straightaway. They'll complete lap number 7. Now Ethan Tovo dive into the inside of Trisciot for 5th, of Tristan Murphy for 4th. And I believe he got that done as well. So now maybe they can work together and shake things up and try to run down those 3 leaders. Tovo perhaps will pull that train a little bit better than Tristan Murphy was having luck doing. Couple of karts get together and end up out of the race. 3 karts, perhaps. The 31 is one of them. That would be, I think, Jackson Tovo. Everybody seems to be fine. Talking to the kids right now, everybody looks like they're okay. Probably just disappointed for the most part. Getting back into the front of this race, it is Keelan Harvick out front as yet. Isaac Malquit right behind him. Harvick reset quick time on lap 6, 41.232. Malquit second. Augustus Toniolo runs third. They run nose to tail. There's a pretty good gap back to Ethan Tovo, who's leading the second pack. Behind Tovo is Truchot, Murphy, Ramirez, and Saradapan. Going to be 12 this time. No, 10 this time by. It'll be halfway. Halfway for Keelan Harvick. Looking to pick up a big victory here at USPKS. This would be his first, I believe. Someone will correct me if I'm wrong. They always do. Harvick has Isaac Malquit all over his rear bumper. They have someone dispensed with the third spoke. Augustus Toniolo has drifted back in the number 4. Not quite able to keep pace with the front two. Diving to the inside is Isaac Malquit for the lead, and he clears Keelan Harvick on the exit of this showcase corner, and he'll lead across the line. Harvick tries to come back to the inside at the end of the straightaway. I thought Malquit wasn't going to give him enough room, but he did, and Harvick able to draft back by into turn 1. Those two battling quite aggressively. Harvick brings it around through the tree turn. Once again onto the oval. Malquit right behind him. This is where he dove under him last time. Nothing there this time, though, but they have brought Augustus Toniolo back into the battle here. Check back a little further here. The number 17 of Alessandro Truchot has worked around Ethan Tovo and taken over that 4th spot. Tovo 5th, Murphy 6th, Tartar 7th. Ramirez 8th, Saradpan 9th, Bobby Klein making moves up 5 spots to 10th position. Rosso 11th, Romalho 12th, Romero 13th, Woon 14th, Simone 15th. Now a 3-kart battle for the lead. They're going to come around and complete number 14. Harvick goes down to the inside each time. Protect that inside lane from the draft. I don't know what the line is that Harvick is running through the S's on the far side, but it's a little bit different than the others, and it seems to work pretty well. He is not giving anyone an opportunity to get by him over there. He'll bring him around once again, and it'll be 5 to go when they come to the line this time. Malquit swings wide in the entrance to turn 1. Just keeping the momentum up, I guess. "15 laps complete. Coming to 16. Keelan Harvick still leading this one. Isaac Malquit runs in his tire tracks. Augustus Toniolo runs third. He's hanging with them for the most part. We got waving yellow flags up at the other end. Oh, we got a cart turned around. That's what we got. We got 2 of them turned around. We're going to pick them up and get them off the track here to safety. Good thing we've allocated some time for cart pickup in this one. 3 laps remain. Run back through the field here a little bit. Alessandro Truchot is 4th. Ethan Tovo 5th. Caleb Tartar 6th. Caleb having a good run. Phaeton Saradpun 7th. Tristan Murphy 8th. Martin Ramirez 9th. Bobby Klein is 10th. Two laps to go for Keelan Harvick, Isaac Malquit, Antonio Toniolo. We'll be watching them closely now for the rest of the remaining laps. No changes with the leaders. Oh, there goes Malquit to the inside in showcase. They come around by the bleachers. Isaac Malquit temporarily takes over as the leader. Last time by, Keelan Harvick dove right to the inside in turn 1 and took it back. This time Harvick was not close enough to have a shot at that. Isaac Malquit's going to have to play a little bit defensively up here if he wants to hold that spot through this last circuit. We are on the white flag right now. Your leader, though, number 72, Isaac Malquit. Keelan Harvick right behind him in his tire tracks, looking for an opening. What's it going to be? They come through the final tree corner, the tight spot onto the oval. Malquit with a 1 cart length lead as they come to the showcase corner and onto the front straightaway. I think Isaac's going to be able to hold on to this one. Double checkered flag for the number 72, Isaac Malquit. The victory here by just a 1/10.5 over Keelan Harvick. Augustus Toniolo, Alessandro Truchot, Ethan Tovo, Phaeton Saradpun, Caleb Tartar, Martin Ramirez, Tristan Murphy, Bobby Klein is 10th. 1 cart spinning backwards on the front straightaway here. Number 9. He's been in some action today because his numbers are barely legible on the other side. 11th, Gian Monteo Rosso, Marco Romero 12th, Rocco Simone 13th, Matthias Romalho 14th, Ashton Woon is 15th. Then it is Davin Roberts, Jaime Garcia, Lucas Palacio, Maxwell Maka, Antonio Flores, Tyrone Kemper Jr. 21st, Royce Vega is 22nd, and that's it for Micro Swift. All right, that'll do it for the main event for Micro Swift. We will be back in a few minutes after we clean up the carnage with KA100 Senior and their 22-lap main event.
You're listening to turn-by-turn coverage of the United States Pro Kart Series, live from the Cooper Tire Broadcast Center at Ocala Gran Prix in Ocala, Florida. This weekend's broadcast is brought to you by AMAX Racing, Franklin Motorsports, Acceleration Kart Racing, and Cooper Tires. It all started in 1994, when former successful kart driver Albino Parolin decided to move his passion for karting from the track to his small workshop. That's when Parolin was born. Fast forward 20 years, and Parolin's passion for the sport led to the company rejoining international competitions as a factory team in WSK and CIK FIA races, with the aim of enhancing the research and development process, immediately achieving notable results around Europe, North America, and Asia, becoming the CIK FIA Asia Pacific KZ champion in the same year. Parolin USA is North America's source for Parolin products, and we run a factory team at all of the major Superkarts USA and Rock Cup USA events. The Parolin chassis lineup for 2021 includes the Invader Shifter, the Le Mans Tag single-speed chassis for junior and senior classes, and the 28mm mini kart for the cadet classes. Parolin has been winning races all over the world, and it's on top of the podium in the USA as well, with drivers like Kai Sorensen, Mateus Orjuela, and Alessandro De Tullio. Get on the chassis that's winning. Drive a Parolin. For more information, head to ParolinUSA.com. Acceleration Kart Racing is your first and only stop on the internet for karts, parts, and the safety gear you need to get you on the track. Visit shopakr.com for a great selection of karting equipment on a user-friendly website. Acceleration Kart Racing has aligned itself with many of the top manufacturers and distributors in the sport to ensure all the latest equipment is available to you, the racer. With over 20 years in business and customer support available 6 days a week, you can be confident about getting the right parts at the right price when you need them. Be sure to visit shopakr.com today or stop by their headquarters in Las Vegas. Make sure to follow Acceleration Kart Racing on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram for the latest specials and new arrivals. In racing, experience is priceless. Franklin Motorsports is a leader in the karting industry with over 50 years of combined karting experience, and we can provide you with everything you need to go racing. With a large online product selection, select track support events, and a wide variety of shop services, Franklin Motorsports is your complete karting source. Check out our online store at www.franklinkart.com, where all our products are just a mouse click away. We're constantly adding to the growing product selection on the online store, and we ship daily to ensure products get to you quickly. We specialize in IAME engines, tilt seats, ceramic products, driveline branded products, Briggs & Stratton engines, OTK products, and of course, the championship-winning Merlin chassis. In our online store, you'll find a variety of items to fill your karting needs. Franklin Motorsports is also known for our wide variety of services and is home to Innovative Engine Works by FMS, our in-house engine service department. Frame straightening, kart prep, and dyno testing are all services offered regularly at Franklin Motorsports. For all things karting, visit franklinkart.com. Now back to the United States Pro Kart Series, live from the Cooper Tire Broadcast Center at Ocala Gran Prix in Ocala, Florida, on the EKN Radio Network.
Mike Doty Racing, KA100 Senior, about to hit the track right now. I guess you'd call this the marquee class. 60 entries strong, 40 of them coming out here in a moment. Connor Zilich in the 972 was your pre-final winner, and he'll lead them to the mark. Hayden Jones will start alongside in the 916. Brandon Lemke in the 901 will start third. AJ Myers in the 978 starts fourth. Third row is going to be Nolan Allison and Weston Workman. Fourth row, Alex Stanfield, Thomas Annunziata. Fifth row, Arias Dukmejian and John McCusker. Sixth row, Gavin Bailiff and Jay French. Seventh row, Josh Holtz and Tyler Wettengel. Eighth row, Connor Ferris and Gia Cicero. Jace Park and Aiden Levy in row 9. James Bird and Alex Bertignoli in row 10. Nicholas Terlecki and Justin White in row 11. Matthew Maccabee and Taryn Odom in row 12. Keegan Bosch and Tyler Ferris in row 13. PJ Lyda and Wes Dushak in row 14. Tristan Farber and Tyler Trent in row 15. Jonah Vadim Hanrahan and Hallie Schroeder in row 16. Zach Della and Nikita Paneras in row 18. Adam Crepin and Austin Osborne in row 19. Nikki Coelho and Cole Schroeder in row 19. Alex Dancho and Garrett Davis in row 20. Well, the Micro Swift did a doggone good job in getting through their race without too much carnage. I wish I could say that I was highly confident that the KA100 Seniors were going to do the same, but I've seen the KA100 Seniors race so many times, including my own son. However, we'll give it a go. Connor Zilich and Hayden Jones, Brandon Lemke and AJ Myers, green, green, green. We are underway. Well, they made it through turn 1 with only one kart going off the track. And I think he made it to the cutoff. Hot Mess Express in turn 4. A couple of karts together there, bouncing off the barriers. The beating of the drums. Boom, 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 boom. Looks like almost everyone continued on. One kart, Zach Della. He had to get out and fix his business, and now he is fired up and rolling again. Meanwhile, it's Connor Zilich up front. Brandon Lemke jumped into second with a good start. Hayden Jones and AJ Myers came by third and fourth on the first lap. And that's how they run right now. Actually, Hayden Jones, that's... All right, coming around this time, it is going to be the 972 of Zilich up front, Lemke second, Myers, Allison, Stanfield, and Dukmejian. There's going to be so much going on in this race, we're going to have to kind of limit our information here to the front. Zilich, Lemke, and Myers right now. Allison. Good start for Alex Stanfield. He moves up a couple spots and then has to give one of them back. Dukmejian to fifth, Stanfield back to sixth. Fletcher, Lemke, Myers. Allison, Dukmejian, Stanfield. Hayden Jones. Hayden Jones getting a terrible start, unfortunately. Losing 5 spots really on the go. And he's just been trying to play catch up right now. "22 laps is a lot of laps, but we're already working on lap number 5. They go quick when you're going this fast. Come around to complete lap number 5. It's going to be Zilich, Lemke, Myers, and Dukmejian get around Allison there? He did, I believe. Yeah, Arias Dukmejian going to fourth, getting around Nolan Allison. And also Hayden Jones getting around Alex Stanfield. And then both of those two getting around Nolan Allison, who's getting roughed up a little bit. Those guys all running just ahead of Gavin Bailiff in the pretty green cart, the 964 Trinity ride. So Fletcher, Lemke, Myers, Dukmejian, Jones, Stanfield, Allison, and Bailiff right now. Then it is Thomas Annunziata and Josh Holtz, the next two, followed by Weston Workman and Tyler Wettengill, the next two. Brandon Lemke's got his hands full here. Thought he was going to be reeling in Connor Zilich at some point. So far he has not. Zilich has been able to pull away a little bit. Lemke, traditionally, his cart comes in late. That's just the way they set it up. It takes a while for it to come in and get the way he wants it. He is always strong in the second half of races, and we are not anywhere near halfway yet. AJ Myers just kind of riding there. Can't really seem to go forwards, but he's able to maintain pretty good distance on Hayden Jones, who has worked his way around Arias Dukmejian. Allison still between he and Bailiff. Annunziata and Holtz right behind. Workman and Wettengill follow. Stanfield one been getting shuffled back some. He continues to get shuffled back. Now he's facing a 3-cart charge. Two will get by. Yeah, two get by. Able to squeeze in. That was McCusker and Ferris, I believe. Connor Ferris both getting by. I don't think James Bird was able to get it done. Back around to the leaders here. It continues to be Connor Zilich, 0.9 of a second ahead of Brandon Lemke. Now 1.1 seconds. Zilich goes purple. Quick time of the race thus far at the halfway mark. 39.093, 0.2 quicker than Brandon Lemke on that circuit. Looked to be a lap cart just about to interfere. They're going to take him off right now. He sees the signal, and he'll peel off and head to the scales. Beat the rush, you know. I think we've all been there. Onto the front straightaway again. Halfway sign for Connor Zilich. 1.2 seconds first to second that time by. Zilich gained another 10th. AJ Myers continues to hold station there in third in the Magic Cart. Arias Dukmejian in fifth. Hayden Jones in fourth. Dukmejian, Nolan Allison trying to fight off Josh Holtz. He and Bailiff both getting around Thomas Annunziata. Now Tyler Wettengill taking it to Thomas Annunziata. Thomas has got his hands full right now. Now Weston Workman trying to get the better of Annunziata, and he's about had enough of that. He went down to the bottom and slammed the door. Oh, we got a big stack up. It was the crash that didn't crash. I think they all just crashed into each other behind that battle. Behind Annunziata. 1.5 seconds now for Zilich. He goes purple again. Resets, quick time of the race, 39.035 for Connor. 1.5 seconds ahead of Lemke. Lemke is a late bloomer in these races, but by golly, he better start a blooming here. That line from first to second is about as long as a CVS receipt right now. .14 complete. Coming around to hang number 15 on the board. Zilich 1.7 seconds ahead last time. Now 1.9 as he continues to lay down laps that are just a tenth or two quicker than second place. AJ Myers holding station in third. A lot of holding station for Myers. Hayden Jones kind of on his own right now, too. Nolan Allison currently running behind Jones. Allison in fifth. Josh Holtz in sixth now. He is on the rear bumper of Allison. He's got a kart length on Bailiff. He's got 2 kart lengths on Wettengill. Duke Mejian all the way back there in ninth now. Here comes Zilich once again. 17 complete. 2 seconds ahead. I think Lemke has probably resigned himself that second place is where he was meant to be today. Connor Zilich is just hooked up and locked down right now. Lemke's got a few kart links on AJ Myers. He's got 4 or 5 kart links on Hayden Jones. They've got a little bit of distance on Josh Holtz. He's 2 kart lengths ahead of Nolan Allison, and he is just ahead of Gavin Bailiff. They are all a couple of kart lengths ahead of Tyler Wettengill. Wettengill just ahead of Arias Duke Mejian by a kart length. Then a few more spots back to Weston Workman, and then James Bird and the rest. Some days it's just your day, and it looks like today is Connor Zilich's day. 18 laps in here, and he's led pretty much everything. .19 complete. 3 to go. Two to go. Top 3 carts unchallenged. Top 4 really unchallenged. 5th place is Josh Holtz. He has some company right behind him. Josh has made some good ground, though. He is up 8 spots from his starting spot. Big improvement there for Josh Holtz as he works into the top 5, starting this one all the way back in 13th. You got to remember, this is not child's play out here. This is 60 carts it took to get to the front of this field. You didn't go through them all in this session, but you went through them all at some point. White flag. No one does the front straightaway tuck like Josh Holtz either. He's got that down. I'd give him like an 8.1. I mean, he's tall. He gets a profile down there. Last time around, here comes Connor Zilic. Fast time of the race. Led it wire to wire. Shovel checker flags for the number 972 of Zilic. Brandon Lemke does everything he can, has to settle for second. AJ Myers settles in third. Hayden Jones, fourth. Josh Holtz up 8 spots to fifth. Gavin Bailiff, sixth, up 5 spots. Tyler Wettengill up 7 to 7th. Nolan Allison, 8th. Arias Duke-Mejian, 9th. Weston Workman, 10th. Outside the top 10, it's Thomas Annunziata, James Bird, Justin White, Alex Bertignoli, John McCusker, 15th. Nicholas Terlecki, Gia Cicero, Jake French, Alex Stanfield, PJ Lida is 20th. Aiden Levy, Keegan Bosch, Tyler Ferris, Matthew Maccabee, Austin Osborne up 11 to 25th. Tristan Farber, John Vadim Hanrahan, Wes Dushak, Nikki Quello, and Taryn Odom finishes 30th. And that'll about do it for our KA100 Senior race. Congratulations to Connor Zilic and his team. All right, we will wrap that one up. We'll be back in a few minutes with X30 Pro Junior.
You're listening to turn-by-turn coverage of the United States Pro Kart Series, live from the Cooper Tire Broadcast Center at Ocala Gran Prix in Ocala, Florida. This weekend's broadcast is brought to you by AMAX Racing, Franklin Motorsports, Acceleration Kart Racing, and Cooper Tires. Experience and passion. That's what led to the launch of AMAX Racing. Owner Charles Maxwell began AMAX Racing in 2015, expanding the operation in 2019 with a focus on driver development for drivers of all age groups and backgrounds. From top-level drivers to grassroots racers or families looking for a team that will help them achieve their goals, AMAX Racing can guide you with the absolute best trackside service at affordable prices. No matter the chassis, AMAX Racing welcomes you and has the experience to put you on the top of the podium. You can join the AMAX Racing family at the WK Manufacturers Cup Series, Route 66 Sprint Series, and local events around the Indianapolis area. The operation is also set to compete at the Rock the Rio and SCUSA Super Nationals later this season. For more information, contact them at 317-437-5886 or find them on Facebook. AMAX Racing, all of your karting needs under 110. Are you ready to step up your game? If so, joining the Rawlson Performance Group is the obvious choice to take your racing to the next level. Industry-leading driver development is provided by our staff of multi-time national champions, Super Nationals winners, and Team USA members. And at the same time, RPG continues to be a national-level powerhouse race team. Our goal is to help you raise your game and win races. We work with all age groups, and we're focused on developing cadet and junior drivers who are ready to take the next step in their racing program. Rawlson Performance Group has set a new standard with our in-house engine program, AVP Engines, headed by Alex Vincent. AVP has become the benchmark in both IAME and ROC competition. We also have the largest OTK inventory that follows our race team, providing trackside parts at all the major events in North America. RPG also offers multilingual support with French, Spanish, and Portuguese-speaking staff. If you want to fight for championships or want to improve your skills and your chances to win, the answer is to call RPG at 503-260-5555. 4514. The Rawls Performance Group. We race to win. CKR is all about quality, and CKR USA is where you can get your hands on these winning chassis in the United States. It's the CKR Barracuda 32mm shifter cart chassis, the 100cc focused Stingray. These are two popular models contributing to the success of this thriving brand. And CKR USA is where you'll find carts, parts, and everything you need to go racing. Delivering the latest innovation in kart racing technology, CKR carries its own distinctive frame design. Made from hand-selected material, CKR kart chassis combine the highest grade tubing and hardware, ensuring first-rate standards of production. CKR USA has a large footprint in the US karting market and continues to grow rapidly throughout the country. Fully homologated chassis have been proven by top-notch performances from coast to coast in North America. CKR has stood on top of the podium in Superkarts USA and F-Series competition, as well as kart clubs around the country. The podiums and championships will continue to pile up in 2021. CKR USA is now in its 6th year of business, and we're adding new authorized dealers and support centers for the chassis line. Visit ckr-usa.com or call 208-384-KART and go CKR Blue. Now back to the United States Pro Kart Series, live from the Cooper Tire Broadcast Center at Ocala Gran Prix in Ocala, Florida, on the EKN Radio Network.
Welcome back trackside. Rollison Performance Group, X30 Pro Junior, ready to kick off their main event. Jeremy Fletcher in the 722 is going to lead them off. KA100 will be on the outside of the front row. Row 2, Noah Baker and Aiden Ingrata. Row 3, Jorge Ortiz and Jacob Kolar. Row 4, Rowan Gill and Justin Adankas. Row 5, Jake Walker and Cameron Weinberg. Row 6, Ivana Richards and Parker DeLong. Row 7, Christian Miles and Sebastian Weldon. Row 8, Austin Jers and Frankie Mossman. Row 9, Cameron Brinkman and Xander Reed. Row 10, Cooper Beasley and Aiden Rudolph. Row 11, Stephen Miller and Julian DaCosta. Row 12, Marcelo Panacea and Sam Corey. Row 13, Michael Costello and Danny Deshelsky. Row 14, Logan Toke and Cameron Reed. Row 15, Cameron Reed and Ava Dobson. Row 16, Lovisa Landon and Leonardo Escorpione. Row 17, Noah Rosser and Cooper Auclair. Row 18, Lucas Zabo and Jack Jeffers. Row 19, Jacob Lauder and Tom Shoecraft III. And in row 20, Aiden Lorenko and Paul Bocuse. 22 laps for X30 Pro Junior, Rollison Performance Group, sponsored class. Drivers coming around the oval right now in formation. They are in the tram lines, slowly making their way down the front straightaway. Green, green, green. We are underway with X30 Junior. All persons made it safely through turn 1. Green through turns 3 and 4. And we've got a pile up. Pile up towards the back of the field, way back on the other side. Well, it's got to be about 8 or 9 carts involved in this one. Drivers want to restart, they can, but they cannot get assistance to do so other than from themselves or other drivers, and they all restarted. Congratulations to them. Corner workers will fix up the barriers, and they'll come around and complete lap number 1 with Jeremy Fletcher in the lead, followed by Noah Baker and Jorge Ortiz. Looks like Rowan Gill in 4th place. Fletcher goes to the inside. Baker right behind him. They're trying to hang the 711 of Jorge Ortiz out to dry. And they successfully did hang him out, at least for some of that. He'll lose a little bit. The 774 of Rowan Gill will move up a spot. He'll get around. Gill to 3rd. Ortiz able to hold on to 4th. Juanillo behind him, I believe, in the 772. Yep. Aiden Ingrata directly behind them as well in the 705. And on his rear bumper, Ingrata that is, he's got the 796 of Jacob Kolar. Meanwhile, Jeremy Fletcher has opened up a tiny bit of a lead. Rowan Gill goes to 2nd. So it is now Gill, Baker, Ortiz, and Jaunillo running 3rd, 4th, 3rd, 2nd, 3rd, and 4th. Kolar is 5th. He has gotten around Ingrata. Aiden Ingrata back to 7th. Kolar 6th. Ingrata back to 7th. It's easy to lose track of Jeremy Fletcher because he's already opened up a pretty good lead here. 3 or 4 kart lengths. Oh, and they are just hammering on each other behind him. Jeremy Fletcher has just got to be eating this up if he sees what they're doing to each other behind him. Baker lost 1 spot. Gill lost a spot. Ingrata moved up a spot. Kiki Jaunillo moved up a spot. In fact, he moved up to 3rd. Ortiz to 2nd. But that all gave Jeremy Fletcher a 1.3 second lead. I shouldn't say all that. Jeremy had a lead going on his own, but that certainly helped extend that lead a little bit. .4 seconds now for Fletcher. Ortiz, Jaunillo, and Gill behind him. Actually, Ortiz and Jaunillo running together 2nd and 3rd. Gill, he is probably half a second back and 4th by himself. 2 kart lengths beyond Cameron Weinberg, who's made his presence known now. Behind Weinberg is Aiden Ingrata, then Justin Adiconis. In the 718 runs 7th. .5 seconds now the lead. Fletcher is slowly but surely pulling away. X30 Junior on track now for their 22-lap main event. Jorge Ortiz doing his best to keep KK Jaunillo behind him. And he can't do it, and Ortiz is going to get shuffled back to 3rd, and KK is going to go to 2nd. .2 seconds now for Fletcher. Rowan Gill has closed in now on Jorge Ortiz. Gill dives to the inside, trying to get that third spot away from Ortiz, and he'll get it done in the oval. Gill moves down to the bottom then to block as they go to turn one, and he is successful in keeping Ortiz behind him. Coming around to 10 laps complete. KA100 actually closed in a little bit on Jeremy Fletcher that time. He was 0.2 quicker than Fletcher. KK in that 772. Fletcher is in the 722. Settle down a little bit up front now. As we come to halfway in this 22-lap main event. Fletcher's lead last time was 1.9 seconds, 1.7 this time. KA100 definitely has time to reel him in. He's lapped that time 0.2 quicker again. As long as Jeremy Fletcher doesn't find new life. Rowan Gill currently runs third. Fourth place is Cameron Weinberg. He's continued to slowly move up. He's up 4 spots now to fourth. Fifth place, Aiden Ingrata. Sixth place, Christian Miles, also making his way up slowly but surely. He is up to sixth. He moved up a ton of spots in the pre-final, like 100. No, it was like 16. But he moved up a lot of spots in the pre-final. And he is continuing to march. 38.369 for Miles. That is faster than most of the guys in front of him. Faster than all the guys in front of him that time by. We'll have to keep an eye on Christian Miles here now with 9 laps to go. 1.4 seconds first to second. That time Jaunillo lost a little ground. Check back here on the 707 of Miles. He is on Aiden Ingrata's rear bumper. He could get a couple of spots here pretty easily before this is over if he keeps up his pace. Onto the front straightaway to complete 14. Fletcher 1.3 seconds ahead. Rowan Gill 2 or 3 kart lengths behind KA100. Aiden Ingrata behind Gill, Cameron Weinberg, Christian Miles. Couple of spots to Jorge Ortiz then. Then it's Justin Adiconis beyond Ortiz. Who else is up a bunch of spots here? Paul Bocuse, currently running 15th, up 25 spots. I think Paul started dead last. So he's had a pretty good run going, I would say. He's now up to 14th, up 26 spots. Paul also just went purple, 38.266. Quick time of the race for Bocuse in 14th. Sometimes when you start last in a big race like this, the only race you care about is how many spots you can pick up in the final. Miles getting around Weinberg. Christian Miles now into the top 5. 16 complete, 6 to go. Gap first to second is remaining stable. However, second to third, closing up. Christian Miles rolls up on the rear bumper of Aiden Ingrata. That would be for fourth position. That would be an amazing save on the day, considering where he qualified and started in the pre-fire, started earlier in the day. Doesn't look like anyone's got anything for Jeremy Fletcher right now. Looks like KA100 is kind of stalled out, and he's going to be busy trying to hold off Rowan Gill here. Aiden Ingrata goes down to the bottom to block Miles in turn one. He's successful. Ingrata driving with his head on a swivel, keeps looking over his shoulder to see where Miles is and turning down into him. Pretty aggressive blocking on the part of your fourth place kart right now. They all moved down to bottom of the track that time. It'll be 2 to go next time by for Jeremy Fletcher. Christian Miles is doing everything he can to try to get around Aiden Ingrata, but Aiden has got his head on a swivel, driving with the mirrors here in the closing laps. Weinberg right behind him. Just cannot get an opening. 2 to go. They are really stacking up behind Aiden Ingrata. He has blocked himself a huge pile of carts behind him. White flag. Christian Miles is going to get shuffled out now. That's exactly what happens when you don't move the guy in front of you. You get moved, and he just got moved, and he lost 3 spots. He's going to lose more than that, 4, 5, 6. Checkered flags in the air, though, for Jeremy Fletcher, the class of the field today. He led this one wire to wire for the victory. Puts in his best lap on the last lap. Crazy, though, Paul Bocuse was way faster. Fletcher 38.606, Bocuse 38.266 on his last time around. He moves up 30 spots to 10th, but KA100 finishes second. Rowan Gill third, Cameron Weinberg fourth, Justin Ataconis fifth, Aiden Ingrata sixth, Jorge Ortiz seventh, Frankie Mossman eighth, Cooper Beasley up 10 spots to 9th. Paul Bocuse, hard charger of the day, up 30 spots to 10th, fast time of the race. Christian Miles falls a victim at the end. He'll shuffle back to 11th. Parker DeLong, 12th. Max Garcia, 13th. Jacob Kolar, 14th. Sebastian Weldon, 15th. Marcelo Panacea, 16th. Noah Baker having a rough day all the way back to 17th. Logan Toke up 12 to 18th. Jacob Lauder up 18 to 19th. Aiden Rudolph 20th. Just outside the top 10, it's Cameron Brinkman, Austin Jers, Michael Costello, Lucas Sabo, Thomas Shoecraft III, 25th. Aiden Lorenko, Leonardo Escorpione, Jake Walker, Sam Corey, and Julian DaCosta is 30th. And that'll cover the top 30 in X30 Junior. All right, up next is X30 Masters. We will be back in 5 minutes with X30 Masters.
You're listening to turn-by-turn coverage of the United States Pro Kart Series, live from the Cooper Tire Broadcast Center at Ocala Gran Prix in Ocala, Florida. This weekend's broadcast is brought to you by AMAX Racing, Franklin Motorsports, Acceleration Kart Racing, and Cooper Tires. It all started in 1994, when former successful kart driver Albino Parolin decided to move his passion for karting from the track to his small workshop. That's when Parolin was born. Fast forward 20 years, and Parolin's passion for the sport led to the company rejoining international competitions as a factory team in WSK and CIK FIA races, with the aim of enhancing the research and development process, immediately achieving notable results around Europe, North America, and Asia, becoming the CIK FIA Asia Pacific KZ champion in the same year. Parolin USA is North America's source for Parolin products, and we run a factory team at all of the major Superkarts USA and Rock Cup USA events. The Parolin chassis lineup for 2021 includes the Invader Shifter, the Le Mans Tag single-speed chassis for junior and senior classes, and the 28mm mini kart for the cadet classes. Parolin has been winning races all over the world, and it's on top of the podium in the USA as well, with drivers like Kai Sorensen, Mateus Orjuela, and Alessandro De Tullio. Get on the chassis that's winning. Drive a Parolin. For more information, head to ParolinUSA.com. Acceleration Kart Racing is your first and only stop on the internet for karts, parts, and the safety gear you need to get you on the track. Visit shopakr.com for a great selection of karting equipment on a user-friendly website. Acceleration Kart Racing has aligned itself with many of the top manufacturers and distributors in the sport to ensure all the latest equipment is available to you, the racer. With over 20 years in business and customer support available 6 days a week, you can be confident about getting the right parts at the right price when you need them. Be sure to visit shopakr.com today or stop by their headquarters in Las Vegas. Make sure to follow Acceleration Kart Racing on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram for the latest specials and new arrivals. In racing, experience is priceless. Franklin Motorsports is a leader in the karting industry with over 50 years of combined karting experience, and we can provide you with everything you need to go racing. With a large online product selection, select track support events, and a wide variety of shop services, Franklin Motorsports is your complete karting source. Check out our online store at www.franklinkart.com, where all our products are just a mouse click away. We're constantly adding to the growing product selection on the online store, and we ship daily to ensure products get to you quickly. We specialize in IAME engines, tilt seats, ceramic products, driveline branded products, Briggs & Stratton engines, OTK products, and of course, the championship-winning Merlin chassis. In our online store, you'll find a variety of items to fill your karting needs. Franklin Motorsports is also known for our wide variety of services and is home to Innovative Engine Works by FMS, our in-house engine service department. Frame straightening, kart prep, and dyno testing are all services offered regularly at Franklin Motorsports. For all things karting, visit franklinkart.com. Now back to the United States Pro Kart Series, live from the Cooper Tire Broadcast Center at Ocala Gran Prix in Ocala, Florida, on the EKN radio network.
And we're back trackside with Speed Concepts Racing X30 Masters. 22-lap X30 Masters race about to get underway. Your pre-final winner and pole sitter for this event, number 528, Scott Roberts. On the outside, number 511, Mario Barrios. On the inside of row 2, number 1, Scott Kopp, your defending champion. On the outside of row 2, number 514, Robert Mayer. In row 3, number 504, Danny Robertson, and 577, Miguel Meyer. On the inside of row 4, number 544, Jonathan Silva, and on the outside, past champion, number 591, David Galonia. On the inside of row 5, number 582, another past champion, Laurencio Martin, and on the outside, number 503, Salvatore Sparacio. In row 6, it'll be John Robichaux and Christian Volmir. Row 7, Alex Mueller and Adam Pettit. Row 8, Scott Carapoletti and Glauber Granero. Row 9, Connor Hare and Kim Carapoletti. Row 10, Greg Leahy and Paul Meese. Row 12, Logan Cozy and Felipe Rodriguez. Row 12, Gordon Cameron and Ruben Cherez. Row 13, Paul Montopoli and Kevin Coy. That's your starting lineup for X30 Masters. They're making their way around now on their hot lap. Scott Roberts makes his home in Winter Park, Florida, not real far from here. Mario Barrios starts on the outside of the front row. He's out of Miami Beach, Florida. Scott Kopp starts on the inside of row 2 out of Mukwonago, Wisconsin. Probably one of 8 people at this track that can pronounce Mukwonago correctly. Oakland, Florida is where Robert Mayer, who starts on the outside of row 2, comes from. And then Danny Robertson on the inside of row 3 out of right here in Ocala, Florida. Miguel Meyer out of Frisco, Texas on the outside of 3. Jonathan Silva all the way from Corona, California, starting on the inside of row 4. David Galonia on the outside. He is all the way from Louisville, Kentucky. Laurencio Martin in 9th. He's from Arlington Heights, Illinois. And Salvatore Sparacio out of Vincetown, New Jersey. All right, we are on our formation lap. Field looks like they got it going on, like Stacy's mom, and are getting ready to get the green. Green, green, green. Green through turn 1. And all is right in the world, it looks like. A little bit slow in the back of the field, perhaps bunched up. Scott Roberts assumes the point. Scott Kopp with a good start. He is able to slot into second right behind Roberts. Mario Barrios slides into third from the start on the outside of the front row. And the 504 of Danny Robertson in fourth. Masters field spreads out pretty quickly here. Nice strong Masters field this weekend. This series seems to attract the Masters drivers. They are here to have a good time. And they'll be coming around here to complete lap number 2 momentarily. Roberts, Kopp, and Barrios and Robertson, the top 4. 1 kart length back to 5th place, Miguel Meyer. David Galonia in 6th. "22 laps, if I didn't say that already. That's how far we're going here with the Masters. We've got 2 finals to go after this today, and then we'll have our big podium presentation. Follow it all up. Top 3 finishers throughout. Scott Kopp losing a couple spots there as Barrios and Robertson both move up at Kopp's expense. Kopp's going to get one of them back, though, at the end of the front straightaway. He'll get back to third. Danny Robertson with a 3-kart length lead over Mario Barrios. Scott Kopp jacking that left rear wheel. You could slide an entire stack of cheeseburgers underneath that tire when he cranks that hard in that left-hander. So Scott Roberts, Mario Barrios, Scott Kopp. We got a lot of Scotts here. Scott Carapoletti further down in the field. Great Scott. Check back through the field a little bit after they come around this time. They're coming to complete lap number 5 with Roberts in the lead. Barrios second, Kopp third, fourth belongs to Robertson. David Galogna fifth, but he's about 6 kart lengths back. Then another 6 beyond Galogna is Laurencio Mardan in the 582. They are stacked up behind Laurencio, though. We've got John Robichaux, Jonathan Silva, probably about 4 karts. Alex Mueller, Miguel Meyer, Christian Vomier, all there. Then a little gap to Salvatore Sporacio. Scott Carapoletti, Adam Pettit, Connor Hare, and Glauber Granero, the top 16. Scott Roberts so far has this on lockdown. He's the home track favorite here, if there is one. He's a bit of a homer. Fast everywhere he goes for sure, but this is definitely going to be one of his strongest. He's perhaps more accurately, he would be one of the strongest here. X30 Masters, 30 years old and up to run this class, or be 15 years old and weigh 200 pounds or more. These guys are running the same package that the X30 Pro class is running, just at a higher weight. I think they're 300 or 400 pounds compared to 365 pounds, something like that. Don't quote me on that, but they're heavier, so they go a tad slower. Weight is everything in karting. With Scott Roberts certainly not getting away from anyone here. Kopp just went purple. Quick time of the race, 38.484 for the number 1 kart, currently running third. Roberts takes a peek over his left shoulder as he comes onto the straightaway to see just what kind of a gap he has. He realizes quite quickly that Mario Barrios is on his rear deck lid right now. 10 laps in, coming around to halfway next time by. Roberts, Barrios, Kopp, and Robertson all running nose to tail up there in the top four. Galonia running all by his lonesome. Scott Kopp coming under fire. Diving to the inside is Danny Robertson. I think he got him. He did get him. Danny Robertson dove underneath him in the right-hander and was able to complete the pass. He'll move into third as we go up just past halfway. Quick time of the race, Salvatore Sporacio on lap 3 won a 38.439. 10th quicker than our leaders are. Salvatore currently in 10th position. Well, I tell you, Mario Barrios has been as close as touching Scott Roberts on the track and as far away as 3 or 4 kart lengths, but he just cannot get to where he can pass him. It's so close you can taste it. So far, it's been a flawless performance by Scott Roberts here. Can he hold on for another, coming around to complete 14, so he's got 8 laps to go. Checks over his shoulder once again. Everything looks same as it did last time. No one gave up and went home. No changes in the top 5. Say David Galonia is slowly chipping away. Too far away, though, to do too much here in the closing laps of this Masters race. Once again, Mario Barrios right up on the rear bumper of Scott Roberts. Getting ready to break out a hero move, I think. Here it is. Diving to the inside. They're side by side and contact sends Roberts. Side-by-side contact. Mario Barrios went to the inside, entering the tree turn, the right-hander. They were side-by-side through the corner, and on the exit, apparently there wasn't enough room for 2 karts because it sent Scott Roberts off the track, through a spin, and back on. He will not be sending a Christmas card to Mario Barrios. $17 complete right now. The new leader, Mario Barrios. Danny Robertson is second. Scott Kopp inherits third. David Galonia fourth. Laurencio Mardan fifth. John Robichaux sixth. 18 laps complete, 4 to go. It is a whole new partay now. Scott Roberts had this one on lockdown, I thought. Roberts able to slide back into that 10th spot, by the way. Black flagging off the soon-to-be lap cart. $19 complete. Coming to 20. Was anybody in that top three got anything left? Well, David Galonia has closed up quite a bit on those three, turning his best laps of the day. 2 to go for Mario Barrios. Will there be any more shenanigans out of those top three? Barrios, Danny Robertson, and Scott Kopp. Down the straightaway, white flag. It's time for a hero move. With David Galonia, if this race had gone on a few more laps, this might have gotten pretty interesting. Galonia catching the field. Right now, though, it looks like Barrios and Robertson 1-2. Didn't get to hear if there was any penalties associated with the contact with Scott Roberts, so I don't know what's going to happen there. But Barrios picks up the checkers right now. Danny Robertson second, Scott Kopp third, David Galonia fourth. Laurencio Mardan 5th, John Robichaux 6th, Jonathan Silva 7th, Miguel Meyer 8th, Christian Vomir 9th, Scott Roberts 10th. Then it's Adam Pettit, Scott Carapoletti, Robert Mayer, Glauber Granero, Connor Hare, Paul Montopoli, Kim Carapoletti, Logan Cozy, Paul Meese, Greg Leahy, and Felipe Rodriguez, the last man standing. So good race there in X30 Masters. That'll wrap up their final. We've got 2 finals left to go. The 20-lap mini Swift race, which will be here in about 4 minutes, and X30 Pro Senior. We'll be back.
You're listening to turn-by-turn coverage of the United States Pro Kart Series, live from the Cooper Tire Broadcast Center at Ocala Gran Prix in Ocala, Florida. This weekend's broadcast is brought to you by AMAX Racing, Franklin Motorsports, Acceleration Kart Racing, and Cooper Tires. Experience and passion. That's what led to the launch of AMAX Racing. Owner Charles Maxwell began AMAX Racing in 2015, expanding the operation in 2019 with a focus on driver development for drivers of all age groups and backgrounds. From top-level drivers to grassroots racers or families looking for a team that will help them achieve their goals, AMAX Racing can guide you with the absolute best trackside service at affordable prices. No matter the chassis, AMAX Racing welcomes you and has the experience to put you on the top of the podium. You can join the AMAX Racing family at the WK Manufacturers Cup Series, Route 66 Sprint Series, and local events around the Indianapolis area. The operation is also set to compete at the Rock the Rio and SCUSA Super Nationals later this season. For more information, contact them at 317-437-5886 or find them on Facebook. AMAX Racing, all of your karting needs under 110. Are you ready to step up your game? If so, joining the Rawlson Performance Group is the obvious choice to take your racing to the next level. Industry-leading driver development is provided by our staff of multi-time national champions, Super Nationals winners, and Team USA members. And at the same time, RPG continues to be a national-level powerhouse race team. Our goal is to help you raise your game and win races. We work with all age groups, and we're focused on developing cadet and junior drivers who are ready to take the next step in their racing program. Rawlson Performance Group has set a new standard with our in-house engine program, AVP Engines, headed by Alex Vincent. AVP has become the benchmark in both IAME and ROC competition. We also have the largest OTK inventory that follows our race team, providing trackside parts at all the major events in North America. RPG also offers multilingual support with French, Spanish, and Portuguese-speaking staff. If you want to fight for championships or want to improve your skills and your chances to win, the answer is to call RPG at 503-260-4514. The Rawlson Performance Group. We race to win. Now back to the United States Pro Kart Series, live from the Cooper Tire Broadcast Center at Ocala Gran Prix in Ocala, Florida, on the EKN Radio Network.
All right, we're back trackside with the Mini Swift main event. 20 laps for the Minis. We got a bunch of them. 41 Mini Swifts. This could be like a real barrel of monkeys here. All right, your pole sitter and pre-final winner, number 119, Reagan Seville. Starting alongside will be the 123 of Diego Ardiles. Oliver Weldon and Kai Johnson will be in row 2. Row 3, John Antonino and Enzo Vidmontiene. Sarah Bradley and Santiago Duran in row 4. Christian Quijano and Tyler Roberts in row 5. Row 6, Ben Mayer and Ayrton Grimm. Row 7, Salvador De La Vecchia and Jack Iliff. Row 8, Oster Iliff and Carson Walters. Row 9, Braden Zerves and Cash Perkins. Row 10, Ava Hansen and Braden Traver. And we are underway here. Will they get the green? They do get the green. 41 Minis scream into turn number 1. Everything green through 1. Yellow flags are a-flying. One kart out of the race. 2 karts out of the race. Get to take a look at what they are here. Can't see them right now. They're behind the wall. 134 is one of them. Kiefer looks like it's one of them. Yep, Colin Kiefer, the other one, the 196. It can be a pretty bad blender further back in the field, and everybody knows it. It's just part of the way the game's played. Up front, Reagan Seville, Oliver Weldon, Diego Ardiles, Kai Johnson, Enzo Vidmontiene. Field coming around now. Once again, they'll complete lap number 2 here momentarily. We'll get an updated lineup as they hit the line. The 194 of Oliver Weldon, now your new leader. Ardiles second. Reagan Seville is third. Fourth place is Enzo Vidmontiene. Kai Johnson gets overtaken. Check and see where Kai is at. Reagan Seville gets shuffled back as well. So it's going to be Weldon as they come around this time to complete this lap. Going to the inside of Weldon is Diego Ardiles, Kai Johnson there as well. All trying to take advantage of Weldon. I think the only one that actually got by him, oh, they did 2 of them. 3 of them got by. All 3 of them got by, in fact. Ardiles, Johnson, and Viedmontiani all getting by Oliver Weldon in that turn 1 draft. Weldon back to 4th. Fifth place right now is the 199 of Tyler Roberts. Lots of action here early. Santiago Duran in 5th, Reagan Seville 6th, Tyler Roberts 7th, Sarah Bradley 8th, Jack Iliff 9th, Ben Mayer 10th. Enzo Viedmontiani takes over as the leader. Ardile 2nd. Kai Johnson in 3rd, Weldon 4th. Santiago Duran 5th. Looking to the inside for 2nd. Pass for 2nd there. That's Kai Johnson going to the inside of Ardiles. Weldon still in 4th. Duran 5th, Roberts 6th, Seville 7th, Ben Mayer 8th, Sarah Bradley 9th, Jack Iliff 10th. Just kind of looking back through the field a little bit here after we got rolling. Carson Walters now 10th, Jack Iliff 11th, John Antonino 12th, Salvador de la Vecchia 13th. Ava Hansen 14th, she's up 5 spots. Christian Quijano 15th, Oscar Iliff 16th, Carson Weinberg up 4 to 17th, Ayrton Grimm down to 18th, Braden Traver 19th, Braden Zerves 20th. Going to see if we got any real big movers here. Cash Perkins with a rough start, back to 33rd. More yellow flags waving on the far end of the track. $114, one of the carts out. Didn't catch which one the other one was, unfortunately. Sarah Bradley, the 114. Tough break for Sarah. Reagan Seville also out now. Alejandro Moreno. No, Moreno's still in the race. He's just running last right now. So Viedmontiani continues to lead. Kai Johnson second. Diego Ardiles third. Top 5, 6, 7 are kind of spread out. Oliver Weldon fourth. Tyler Roberts fifth. Santiago Duran sixth. Ben Mayer is seventh. Top 7 carts got a big lead over 8th, 9th, Carson Walters and Oscar Iliff. And then there's another big gap back to Ava Hansen, Salvador de la Vecchio, and a bunch of other ones. Change for the lead, though. Kai Johnson takes over from Enzo Viedmontiani. Ben Mayer also picking up a spot. He takes one away from the 199 of Tyler Roberts. Enzo to the inside once again for the lead. Side by side exiting Showcase. Enzo Reed takes it. This time it's going to be the 107 of Kai Johnson slotting in right behind him. Then Diego Ardiles. In third, Weldon, Mayer, Roberts, Duran, and Walters. Halfway. It is a 6-cart feeding frenzy up front. Come on down the straightaway once again to complete lap number 12. 8 laps to go. Everybody stayed in line that time on the straightaway. Montiani leading. Pass for third, an attempted pass for third. Ben Mayer got up in there but couldn't make it stick. Trying to get by Ardiles, he had to give it back. Mayer settles in for fourth right now. Weldon fifth, Roberts sixth, Duran seventh. That's your top pack. And back around to complete 14. Enzo Vitamontiene is the leader by about 2 kart lengths. One more final to go after this one, X30 Pro. 15 complete, 5 to go. Run back through the field here quick with 5 to go. Vitamontiene is your leader. Mayer is up to second now. Ben Mayer has continued to move forward. He is up 9 spots to second, and he is putting the pressure on your leader. Third is Kai Johnson. Fourth is Diego Ardiles. Was now Oliver Weldon. Weldon is fourth. Ardiles is fifth. Tyler Roberts sixth. Duran seventh. Oscar Iliff eighth. Carson Walters ninth. Carson Weinberg 10th. John Antonino 11th. Ava Hansen 12th. Ayrton Grimm 13th. Christian Quijano 14th. Laps winding down. $16 complete. 17 complete. Sorry, 3 to go. One kart length gap between Ben Mayer, 2 kart lengths maybe between Ben Mayer and Enzo Vitamontiene. Mayer has marched forward. He's made it to second. It should be 2 to go this time by. 2 to go this time by. It'll be a white flag next time. White flag next time by. They're coming through showcase right now. Enzo Vitamontiani, your leader. He's got Ben Mayer 2 kart lengths back. The pressure's on. Oliver Weldon a distant third right now. Going to come down to those top 2 unless there is a mishap. Vitamontiani holds on. Mayer cuts underneath. Closes a little bit. He's right there, bumper to bumper, looking to turn to the inside somewhere. Montiani driving with his mirrors, looking over his shoulder this way, that way. Blocking the line has become the way these races are run these days. Tries to force the issue, Mayer. He does. He gets Montiani roughed up the hill a little bit. It'll be a drag race to the line. Who will it be? Enzo Vitamontiani by about an inch. Ben Mayer misses it by 7 thousandths. They were side by side at the line. Oliver Weldon finishes third, 7 tenths back. Diego Ardiles fourth. Tyler Roberts fifth. Santiago Duran sixth. Kai Johnson seventh. Oscar Iliff 8th, Carson Walters 9th, John Antonino 10th. A great win for Enzo Vitamontiani. Coming up 5 spots for the victory. Ben Mayer marching up from 10th to 2nd, or from 11th to 2nd, up 9 spots. Made it a race at the end. 11th position, Ava Hansen up 8 spots. Carson Weinberg up 9 spots to 12. Ayrton Grimm 13th. Christian Quijano 14th, Max Cristea up 11 to 15th, Salvador Della Vecchia, Braden Traver, Braden Zerves, Jack Iliff, Indy Reagan is 20th. Outside the top 20 is Landon Skinner, Derek Wargo, Asen Dramiliev, Gage Korn, Diego Guillot, 25th, Gavin Witt, Asher Oakstein, Cash Perkins, Cade Jager, and Alexander Jacoby, the top 30 in Mini Swift. Great finish to that race at the line. One more to go, X30 Pro Senior. We will be back with that once we clean up this track in about 5 minutes. We'll be back.
You're listening to turn-by-turn coverage of the United States Pro Kart Series, live from the Cooper Tire Broadcast Center at Ocala Gran Prix in Ocala, Florida. This weekend's broadcast is brought to you by AMAX Racing, Franklin Motorsports, Acceleration Kart Racing, and Cooper Tires. CKR is all about quality, and CKR USA is where you can get your hands on these winning chassis in the United States. It's the CKR Barracuda 32mm shifter kart chassis, the 100cc focused Stingray. These are 2 popular models contributing to the success of this thriving brand. And CKR USA is where you'll find karts, parts, and everything you need to go racing. Delivering the latest innovation in kart racing technology, CKR carries its own distinctive frame design. Made from hand-selected material, CKR kart chassis combine the highest grade tubing and hardware, ensuring first-rate standards of production. CKR USA has a large footprint in the U.S. karting market and continues to grow rapidly throughout the country. Fully homologated chassis have been proven by top-notch performances from coast to coast in North America. CKR has stood on top of the podium in Superkarts USA and F-Series competition, as well as kart clubs around the country. The podiums and championships will continue to pile up in 2021. CKR USA is now in its 6th year of business, and we're adding new authorized dealers and support centers for the chassis line. Visit ckr-usa.com or call 208-384-KART and go CKR Blue. It all started in 1994 when former successful kart driver Albino Parolin decided to move his passion for karting from the track to his small workshop. That's when Parolin was born. Fast forward 20 years and Parolin's passion for the sport led to the company rejoining international competitions as a factory team in WSK and CIK FIA races, with the aim of enhancing the research and development process, immediately achieving notable results around Europe, North America, and Asia, becoming the CIK FIA Asia Pacific KZ champion in the same year. Parolin USA is North America's source for Parolin products, and we run a factory team at all of the major Superkarts USA and Rock Cup USA events. The Parolin chassis lineup for 2021 includes the Invader Shifter, the Le Mans Tag single-speed chassis for junior and senior classes, and the 28mm mini kart for the cadet classes. Parolin has been winning races all over the world, and it's on top of the podium in the USA as well, with drivers like Kai Sorensen, Mateus Orjuela, and Alessandro De Tullio. Get on the chassis that's winning. Drive a Parolin. For more information, head to ParolinUSA.com. Now back to the United States Pro Kart Series, live from the Cooper Tire Broadcast Center at Ocala Gran Prix in Ocala, Florida, on the EKN Radio Network.
And we're back trackside with our final main event of the day, X30 Pro, presented by Franklin Motorsports. 39 X30 Pros on the grid today. They'll be paced by the 302 of Matthias Ramirez. On the outside of the front row, the 321 of Kiffin Simpson. In row 2, it'll be Connor Zilich and Brandon Jarsakrak, your defending champion. In row 3, Diego Ramos and Victor Franzoni. Row 4, your quick qualifier, Ryan Norberg and Braden Eves. Row 5, Hayden Jones and Luke Lang. Row 6, Arias Dukmejian and Jace Park. Row 7, Thomas Annunziata and Alessandro Di Tullio. Row 8, Nathaniel Cicero and Paulie Massimino. Row 9, Luca Mars and Aaron Benoit. Row 10, Maximilian Opolsky and Tyler McIntyre. Row 11, Noah Harmon and Lucas Fercuri. Row 12, Logan Vaeda and Jake Hevlo. Row 13, Colin Neal and Alan Isambard. Row 14, Finnegan Bailiff and Timothy Carroll. Row 15, Sutter Gobble and Michael Millardy. Row 16, Cole Bailey and Haopang Chang. Row 17, Kevin Raventos and Branyan Tyner. Row 18, Santiago Fernandez and Alex Stanfield. Row 19, John Burke and Weston Workman. And in row 20, it'll be Andrew Chapman. It'll be interesting. We've got some heavy hitters in the back here. Alex Stanfield, John Burke, and Weston Workman, all starting from the rear, unable to complete the pre-final. So they went out pretty early in the pre-final. And they will have their work cut out for them, but they'll have much newer tires. See if they can do any work here in the 22 laps allocated to this X30 Pro main event. We'll plug the apparel one last time for the day. We got that set up at the next to the registration trailer. We can go pick up some USPKS swag today, and they will have some stuff tomorrow, but might be a limited selection. Best is to take care of it today. Following the racing today, we'll have a podium presentation scheduled for 6 p.m., and that will be after tech finishes, tentatively scheduled for 6 p.m. It'll be happening. The podium is located inside the tech corral, but we invite everybody to come and watch if you would like to. You're welcome to. The top 3 finishers in each class, as well as the quick qualifiers in each class overall, will receive an award at that podium presentation. So we encourage and invite all to attend. That'll be at 6 p.m. is when it's scheduled to go. Speaking of things that are scheduled to go, X30 Pro is scheduled to be the business. Right now, Matthias Ramirez, Kiffin Simpson, engines are wound green, green, green. Clear through one. Blue cloud haze covers the front stretch here. Trying to look through the eyeglasses to see what's going on. Matthias Ramirez is the leader right now. The 372 of Connor Zilich in second as they come around for the first time. One kart turned around at the back here, restarting. It's the 353 catching up to the rear of the field. And they head down into turn one on the clock. It's Ramirez, Zilich, Ramos, Simpson, Eves, Norberg, and Franzoni. Braden Eves getting a nice start, moving up 3 spots on the start. Brandon Jarsakrak in reverse. He'll drop 4 spots to 8th. He'll have to start the march to the front from 8th. This is one of the 2 pro classes. They do race for money. Pretty good sized purse available tomorrow for the overall weekend winner. I think it's $5,000 to the winner in this class. And I think it's $2,500 to the winner in the X30 Pro Junior class. Ramirez still in charge. Zilich still in second. Looks like Ramos in third. Simpson, Norberg, Eves, Franzoni. 2 karts come together in a big way, the 305 and the 350. The 305 continues on, the 350 not so much. In fact, the problem now is he's right in front of the leaders, and he's going to get black flagged here right away, most likely. And he knows it. He takes it right to the house. So good job by that racer. Ramirez continues to lead. Zilich right behind. Diego Ramos, Kiffin Simpson right there as well. 4 karts, nose to tail. 5th place, the 391 of Braden Eves, the Willpower kart. Behind Eves, Brandon Jarsakrak and Arias Dukmejian. 3 Kart Republic products running together there. Sorry. My mistake. Jarsakrak's not on that. Probably on a Cosmic kart. Sandwiched between the Willpower and Kart Republic. And Zilich goes to the front. He gets by Ramirez and takes over the lead. Trying to stick his nose back in there right away, Matthias Ramirez. Not having it. Connor Zilich. Ramos is still third. It's creating some action up front, though, I can say that. Zilich, Ramirez, Ramos, Simpson to the inside now. He gets side by side with Ramos. Ramos not having it. Closes the door. Ramirez all over the rear bumper of Connor Zilich. They come through showcase and onto the front straightaway. Ramirez is glued to Connor Zilich's rear bumper. If Zilich hit the brakes, his airbag would deploy because he would be run clean over by Matthias Ramirez. Trouble behind him, though. Let's see who's moving up and who's not. Who's going back here? Somebody's getting shuffled back in a big way. Kiffin Simpson is one of them. He has got no friends. No friends in that group. So it is Ramirez back to the front. Zilich second. Eves. Braden Eves moving up. Duke Mejian moving up. Diego Ramos moving back. Jarsakrak 6th. Franzoni 7th. Norberg 8th. Simpson all the way back to 9th. Ramirez, Zilich. Duke Mejian now to 3rd. He takes over the 3rd spot from Braden Eves. Eves is 4th. Jarsakrak now leading a group. He is 5th. Behind Jarsakrak is Diego Ramos, Victor Franzoni, and Kiffin Simpson. 10 complete. It'll be halfway next time by. Leaders come around once again onto the front straightaway. Ramirez, Zilich, Duke Mejian, Eves. Big gap now back to Jarsakrak, though. Jarsakrak is in 5th, but he's quite a ways back. And beyond him, Diego Ramos in 6th is a ways back. He's got his hands full. Right behind him, I think, is Franzoni and then Stanfield. No, Luke Lang. Franzoni and then Luke Lang. Sorry about that. Ryan Norberg beyond them. Leaders come around once again to complete 13 laps. Top 4 now have separated themselves from the rest of the field. Things have settled down significantly. Connor Zilich must have decided that it wasn't worth it to try to lead every lap when Matthias Ramirez was adamant that he was going to lead. The only one that counts is the one at the end. That's what they say. Never know when the end could be, though. That's the thing. $14 complete. Let's check back through the field a little bit further here. We got Ramirez, Zilich, Duke Mejian, Eves, Jarsakrak, your top 5. Ramos, Lang, Norberg, Franzoni, Massimino is 10th. Tulio, Simpson, Jones, Park, Mars is 15th. Nathaniel Cicero, Workman, Tyner, Harmon, and Stanfield is 20th. Alex Stanfield, by the way, is up to 20th from 36th, so he's up 16 spots. Opalski, Benoit, McIntyre, Neal, Annunziata is 25th. Ficuri, Malardi, Bailiff, Gobble, Isambard, Fernandez, Carroll, Bailey, and Haopeng Zhang rounds out the 34 karts that are still running. Ramirez continues to lead. They're bumper to bumper, the top four now. When something happens up front, it's going to be big. Zilich second. Dukmejian third, Eves fourth. To the inside goes Dukmejian for second. He cleanly passes Zilich in showcase on the oval. Was not expecting that quite yet, but Dukmejian goes to second. 17 complete. Actually, Eves also goes to third. They shuffle Fletcher, or they shuffle Zilich all the way back to fourth. Now those front two definitely have a run. Ramirez and Dukmejian are working together well. They've opened up a little bit of distance on third place. 18 down, 4 to go. Let's see if they can maintain that separation. Eves is pretty quick here as well. Zilich is the one. He was so quick for most of this race. He needs to get back in the fray here now. It'll be 3 to go when they come to the line this time. Pointed black flag at Diego Ramos. Must have done something they didn't like. Letting him know. Top four bunched up again. Zilich to the inside. He's got it. Connor Zilich takes that spot away from Braden Eves. That's third spot. They'll come into the 2 to go, though, this time by taking over as your leader. Well, we were watching the others. Arias Dukmejian, 2 to go. Can he hold off Ramirez? He's got a pretty good lead. Got a pretty... On 2 to go, he's got a 2-kart length lead. And he looks to be the fastest kart on the track right now. Well, Paulie Massimino is the fastest, but he's 7th. Matias Ramirez trying to get that spot back. They're coming to the white flag. Arias Dukmejian with a 2 to 3 kart length lead. Looking pretty good for Duke right now. He'll round turn 1. He'll expand his lead. Ramirez is going to have to deal with Zilich. Dukmejian comfortable now with 2 kart length lead on the final circuit. Will there be a hero move? I don't think there will be by any of them in them top 5. They're going to come to the double checkered flags. Arias Dukmejian paced his way to the front, and he'll take home the checkers in X30 Pro on his way to a paycheck for the weekend. Matias Ramirez second, Connor Zilich third. Braden Eves will be fourth. Brandon Jarsakrak fifth. Dukmejian, by the way, started 11, so he's up 10 spots. I would say that's a pretty good move up. Ryan Norberg 6th, Paulie Massimino 7th, Luke Lang 8th, Alessandro DeTulio 9th, Victor Franzoni 10th, Diego Ramos 11th, Kiffin Simpson 12th, Hayden Jones 13th, Luca Mars, Jace Park 15th, Nathaniel Cicero, Weston Workman up 21 spots to 17th. We were wondering how those guys would do. Weston did pretty well for himself. Branyan Tyner, Noah Harmon, Maximilian Opolsky is 20th. And outside the top 20, it's Aaron Benoit, Alex Stanfield, who moved up to 22nd, 14 spots. Tyler McIntyre, Thomas Annunziata, and Colin Neal will round out the top 25 in X30 Pro. Wow, what a full day of racing here. 5:20 p.m. Eastern Time. USPKS is wrapped up for the day. We hope those of you who joined us alongside on the eKartingNews Radio Network enjoyed the broadcast. And if you're listening to this as a later date, we hope you enjoyed your weekend while you were here racing with us. I've been your announcer today, Tim Koyen, and we very much appreciate you joining the USPKS for the first event of 2021. We hope you'll join us again tomorrow for qualifying at 9:13 a.m. Eastern Time. Until then, have a great evening.
Thank you for joining us from Ocala Gran Prix in Ocala, Florida. Our EKN Trackside Live coverage, audio production, and social media was managed by David Cole. Today's broadcast commentary was provided by Tim Koyen. Big thank you to our broadcast partners this weekend: AMAX Racing, Franklin Motorsports, Acceleration Kart Racing, and Team Cooper Tire. This EKN Live broadcast is copyrighted by eKartingNews.com and the Howden Media Group. This is Rob Howden, and thank you for tuning in this weekend and throughout the entire 2021 season.